Caroline from CarolineVencil.com here today to share with you a ton of new Canva hacks that I bet that you didn't know. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment asking any of your questions that you have, and I'd be more than happy to make a Canva video teaching you how to do that in the future. So let's get into it. How do you actually make color palettes inside of Canva? I love this question. So basically, like, how can we find brand colors? I am going to show you kind of a little part of my process. If you are brand new to trying to figure out brand colors, or you're not sure which ones you want to use, you have kind of an idea maybe, but you're not really like completely positive as to the colors that you want. A good place to start is literally with a picture that you like. Heads up, by the way, there's a cat that is literally about to jump on the back of my chair. Oh, good. She decided against it. So if you see me jump, please don't be alarmed. It's just my crazy cats. There's two of them up here. Okay, so give me 2 seconds and I'll pull over onto Canva. Okay, so let me see if I can find my actual screen. There it is. Okay, hang on. Let's see if I can make this a little bit, get you out of the way a little, cleaning this up a little bit so that I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so first off, there is, let's see if I can make this bigger. I use this as an example. If this is too overwhelming, don't worry. I'm just going to basically, like, when we're talking about actually starting with what is it that you want your vibe, your branding, your colors, etc., whatever it is that you want it to be, I like to start with a clean slate, blank page, and then I will go over into elements or photos and search for, you can see, like, I did bold and I did zen. But let's see what they have here. I picked, obviously, I saw this guy and I was like, sold, I'm going to do one for this. But let's just say that your vibe is more, let's go with peaceful and see what comes up. Perfect. So this is kind of when I'm thinking of like a muted vibe. If this is kind of the theme that you're going for, you will be able to find these things. Let's go with bold. You're going to find much more bold colors, more vibrant things, more contrasting colors, more different options of colors. Let's see what we can find for neutral. Those are more beiges, but even with this one, let's just even go ahead with this one because I know that these are kind of really easy to look at and go, there's not that much of a difference in a color palette here. I will show you otherwise. So I'm going to drag this guy over here. I'm going to position it. Do we want that? Yeah, let's go with that. I'm going to position it over here, and then I'm going to, I already made these squares, but you could just add regular rectangles. You could add circles. P.S. Don't forget your keyboard hotkey is the letter C, and it adds a circle. But it doesn't really matter. For this purpose, I made these lines. I'm going to move these all the way to the side so that we can see the majority of the picture. And then one at a time, I'm going to click on these lines, go up to this color palette, and then go over to this tool to find the eyedropper. From here, I'm going to select different aspects of this picture in different places. So I like to go, when I'm picking out colors, obviously I like to go random sometimes, but for the most part, I also want to make sure that I have a very light color, so almost a white or an actual white, and a very dark color so that we can kind of have a balance, as well as colors in between. So for this one, this is a dark color. That's really dark. So I might change that one later, but we're going to keep it there for now. That's a nice green. We're just going to fill up these. Now, do you need to have, is it 6? Do you need to have 6 different colors? No, you really don't. But for this particular exercise, we're going to go with 6 colors. Okay, so we have our dark. Let's get our light. See how this isn't exactly a white. It's kind of a softer white. Kind of ivory, neutral-y ivory. Sure, let's go with that. And let's see, what's this color? It's kind of a more yellow tannish color. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. And we have one more. Do I want to do this color maybe? Or is that too close? Okay, so no, these are all kind of different colors. And so now we have this color palette from this one image that kind of looks again pretty neutral in tone, but now we have a color palette that we can do. And so I'm going to show you guys some of the other color palettes that I found just from photos that I was like, this is a vibe. If you ever find a photo inside of Canva or online and you're like, this is what I was looking for, and don't limit yourself to just Canva. Let's see if I can do, if you really want to go with like a feminine aesthetic, you can. There's things there. Um, let's see. Oh, apparently we get bikini models if you type in feminine. Let's see. Girly dusk. Because usually they have like flat lays and stuff, which are really fun to grab different colors off of and to be able to use them. Um, but even so, like this is just something that you can do. You don't have to just use the photos from Canva. You can go over onto Google if you want to and find photos that really kind of speak to you. If you've ever built a mood board or like a vision board, I know that those are kind of woo woo, but bear with me. If you've ever built those in the past, it's not just necessarily the image itself that speaks to you as much as maybe it's the colors, it's the emotions that it evokes inside of you. And the reason that that's so powerful is because going forward, you can be able to see these things and say, like, I want people who come to my site to feel a certain way. If you see a photo and you're like, this is exactly how I want people to feel when they walk into my yoga studio. I want people to feel this way when they read a blog post about how to organize. How is it that you want people to feel? What is the energy that you want to put out there? What's the thing that you want to be known for? I've said this example before, but I will continue to say it. So I like to think of like yoga studios. If you go onto a yoga studio website and their colors are like black and blood red and like it's very dark and heavy and like they're playing heavy metal music and whatever in the background on the site, and it's kind of got like a goth vibe to it, or maybe like a MySpace page circa 2005. Not like anybody who I know would have had a black and red circa 2005 MySpace page. But if you go onto a yoga site and it says kind of all of those colors and that vibe is very, very angry and hard and things like that, it's not the same kind of a thought process that you have when you're imagining a yoga studio. You would want to have something much more neutral, much more like this. This is a vibe. Here, I'm going to get rid of this. This is kind of a vibe that when somebody says yoga studio, I picture these kinds of colors: soft, soothing, calming, kind of like, ethereal. This could be something that you could use as a color palette for that. Or maybe it's a beach. Maybe you want to convey tranquility and relaxation. It doesn't have to be for a yoga studio. You get what I'm saying here. And so what's really cool is you can pick out your own color palette. Does Canva have different options for you? If you ever go over into styles, we're going to talk about this in just a second, don't worry. But if you go down into styles, you can see that they have their own different brand kind of options down here. You are not limited by just the different options that Canva has to offer. If you're like, well, I really kind of want something that is kind of a beach vibe, but this is the closest one that they have, but I don't like the orange, like, I guess, am I stuck? No, you can make your own. So have fun with this. This is a process that I know that it can be really freeing. And so we're going to do this one more time before we go. I'll do this super quick. Remember, we're going to have kind of our polar ends of the spectrum here. We're going to go both super dark and super light at both ends of the spectrum, and then everything in between. So I do like to try to pick a different variety of like different color options. So that one can be our really dark one. Let's see if we can pick like I kind of like that one. That's a nice light blue. That teal, and gotta get some of this sand color in here. Do we have a darker sand color? And there's no pressure. Like I said before, there's no pressure to stick with um 6 colors. You could go with more. I would say at like a bare minimum, you want to have at least 5, because you again need to have a dark, a very dark, a very light, and then fill things in between. And you don't, I mean, I guess you could really do whatever you want with colors. That's like really what it comes back down to is it's your brand. It's your everything. You don't have to do one thing or another if you don't feel like it's a good call. Give me 2 seconds because I don't like that. I thought that I liked that color. I disagree with myself now. And so now here we have our brand colors. Ta-da! Tranquility, ease, fun, nautical. And you can change these as you go if you really want to, but this is one of my favorite ways to kind of make a brand super easy and make branding and find colors for that branding super easily. How do you create your own branding inside of Canva from the color palettes or from color palettes? My friends, I'm here to blow your mind. So give me 2 seconds and we'll hop back on over here. Okay, so first off, how are we going to take, let's see, which one of these I really liked this color palette. So we're just gonna go with it. Um I don't know why this one's standing out to me today. Okay, so if you guys did not know, Canva has inside of these styles, I showed you guys these before. They have some different like options that they've already pre-made. But did you know that you could create your own? Yeah, you can create your own different brand kits inside of Canva where with one click, you can apply your style to the page that you're working on. Let me show you. Give me 2 seconds. We're going to go down here. We're going to go over to templates. Oh yeah, this is the one that I used earlier. We're going to go with this guy. This is just one of those things. And now we're going to go back over to our styles. I'm going to click on this button where it's going to apply my fonts that I have selected. And it's going to also apply my brand colors. And I can shuffle them and change them as much as I want. But with one click, I can do this. And this is something that you can set up inside of Canva with one click. If you've ever gotten any of my templates or any templates from anybody across the internet and you're like, these are really cute, but man, it's going to take me forever to make them into my colors with my fonts and my branding. Not anymore. You just click on one thing and there it is. So I'm going to show you guys how we're going to create. That one was really hard to look at. Sorry. I'm going to show you guys how you can create your own brand kit inside of Canva so that you can create these things super quickly. Now, it makes it kind of easy because in here or inside of this dashboard, you can search through your own stuff. But what you need to do in order to find out how to create your own branding kit and everything, you need to go over to your homepage from Canva and go down to tools where you will find brand. This is going to open up this page where you can see I have a bunch of different ones. And you're just going to click on add new. We're going to do brand kit, name this one simple smiley face because everything's a smiley face. Okay, now what we're going to do to get started is go back over. We're going to keep our color palette. Where'd you go? This is the one I'm going to use. We're going to keep our color palette right here. And so what we need to do is go back over to our brand page and we're going to start adding our colors. This is where you can kind of get a little bit hung up. If you've never done this before, I'm going to show you how. Don't worry, don't freak out. This color, we're going to click on it. And in order to find the hex code, we have to continue to click on it. This is the hex code for that color. All we're going to do is copy and paste it and then move on to the next one. Now, what's kind of cool is Canva will recommend colors as well based off of the colors that you have entered. Some of them are cute. Some of them, not so much. This one doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And what's really cool is you can also just delete them if you added something incorrectly or you don't like it. It's really cool. So we're just going to continue to add all of these. All right, so now we've added our color palette and now we get to do some more fun stuff, which is changing our fonts. So we're gonna go back over here really quick so that you can see this. This is my brand kit. These are the fonts that I use most of the time, League, Spartan, and Poppins. You do not have to use those at all, but it will apply these automatically to any kind of a template if you add them there. So what you want to do is pick whichever fonts you love to use. Sorry, I hope you guys can't hear my cat who has decided that right now is the time to sing us the song of her people. Okay, and we're going to go with something light to kind of give it a little bit more space. Let's see. Glacial indifference, sure. And then we'll do a body style. Oh no, we don't need to do a body style. So we're going to do that, and now we're all set. Ready? So now I'm going to go back over to this page and I'm going to Have to hit refresh. Fingers crossed that this is going to cooperate with us. Sometimes technology and I are not friends. Okay, so we're going to scroll down here to this page now, and we're going to go over to our little styles, to our branding, and we're going to find our example. And there it is. So with 2 clicks, ready? I'm going to change the fonts and I'm going to apply our colors. There we go. Ta-da! And just like that, with 1 click, we are changing the way that this template that you have, that you've already been either using from another creator on the internet or whatever it is, your branding is applied to it super, super easy. Now, one thing that I will also say when it comes to these is I want to, and I forgot to do this here, bad me, I know. I like to add white as an option, and sometimes I'll add black. But since this one is so dark, I don't feel like I need to necessarily add black, but I do want to add white because sometimes it just looks better. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Sometimes it just looks better when white is an option as well. So that again, something can stand out because all of these colors are very complementary to each other from that brand kit that we created using a photo that we took all of the elements or took the colors themselves out of with the eyedropper tool. But sometimes just having that sharpness of a white or that contrast of a deep black or like the crisp white or the deep black, whatever it is, really helps these colors that complement each other to stand out. And to not get washed away, because that is kind of one of the problems that you will encounter when we're looking at just using a color palette from a photo is you need to have something that will stand out instead of kind of blending in, since everything usually kind of meshes so nicely together. But that's a side story. So yes, that's how you create your brand kit inside of Canva. I don't think, I could be wrong. I have not encountered a limit to the brand kits yet. As you can see, I've got a lot of them. I've got a lot of different color options, but I have not encountered a limit yet. There could be one. I have not hit it. But this is another example of something that is for Canva Pro and not just for the free version. There's very few things that I ever really recommend to people of getting like the actual paid or the higher level version versus the intro level. Canva Pro is so much more valuable, I think personally, than just like base level Canva. The price is I don't quote me on this. It's not very much more than base level Canva, but you get so much more when it comes to all the different options and using Canva to its fullest extent, just when you get pro. So this isn't a sales pitch. Do whatever you want. But that's how you can create your own create your own brand kits, change things up. Let's see if we can find something else. Yeah, change things up, change the colors up, have some fun with it, and make everything your own. You don't just have to be like pigeonholed into using someone else's brand colors and fonts and everything. You can make things super easy for yourself just by applying your brand kit. So there it is. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like this video, leave your comments below asking any of the Canva questions that you might have that you want me to answer in the future. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have fun learning something new in Canva. Bye.